Y'all, look at this transparent blue and purple snakeskin foil from the glitter grind. I am obsessed. Hey guys, Courtney here with Courtney's Customs, and today, you guessed it, I'm going to be working with this gorgeous foil. I am so excited. Y'all, the glitter grind has so many foils and they're adding so much more all the time. So this one is absolutely stunning. It's like a mix of purple, pinkish, blue, snakeskin. It's transparent so you can put it on any color, but I really want it to pop. So I'm going to put it on a white tumbler, and I'm not going to do like a full vinyl wrap or foil wrap, but my plan is to almost kind of Milky Way it a little bit. So I'm going to put like diagonal sections, and then the middle section is going to be glitter. It's going to be gorgeous. I'm super excited, so let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to start by cutting a couple sections of this vinyl, or not vinyl. Why do I keep calling it vinyl? It's foil. But I'm going to cut a couple sections of it just to make it a little easier for me to use, so I'm not trying to struggle with this one big old sheet. So I'm probably going to use these two sections right here, and you can see with it on the table with like a white background how gorgeous that is. So I'm going to start with adding the foils, and this is the foil adhesive that you also can get from the glitter grind, and I am going to use the same makeup brush that I use for like literally everything. This is just a super soft Wet n Wild makeup brush, and I'm using this one because I am going to be doing like much larger sections, so I just wanted to use a much larger brush. And I actually might, because it's such a big brush, I'm going to have to pour some in here. There we go. So I've got some of the foil adhesive poured into the lid here so I can get to it easier. And whenever you work with these foil adhesives, I always think it's super important to like not have it to the point where it's like dripping. You of course want, you know, to get a nice good coverage, but don't make it like so heavy that it's running all over the place. Kind of like whenever you use tack it, just do like nice thin coats. And I am just making sure that what I want covered is covered. And I know it's very difficult for you guys to see. It's difficult for me to see right now because it is white adhesive going onto a white tumbler, so you really have to kind of like look in the light, like certain light, and see that you're doing all right with it. So I think that's okay. Now I'm going to hit this with some heat for like maybe like 30 seconds, and then I will come back and apply the foil. Now I'm going to go ahead and place a sheet of that foil where that foil adhesive is laying, which is like roughly right here. And I'm trying to smooth it out. It's really hard on a tapered tumbler, of course, but I'm trying to get it nice and smooth. I'm sure I'll have to come in with smaller pieces and get what I'm missing. So now I'm going to heat this up again, and I'm just using my heat gun. You can use a heat gun, you can use a hair dryer, whatever you have, but I'm going to heat it up again for about another 30 seconds. So when I removed this, you can see that like some of it stayed. I don't think I put quite thick enough of a coat of the adhesive on. I did it a little too thin. So you don't have to do anything. You don't have to wait, epoxy, do it again. You can just add another coat of the foil adhesive over top of what you just did. And all I'm doing is adding another coat, and I'm going to go through the exact same process of adding the coat, adding the heat, applying the foil, adding the heat, and then removing the foil. And you can layer and layer and layer, especially with this transparent type vinyl. I'm sorry, not vinyl, foil. I keep doing that. Oh my goodness. But you can keep layering and keep layering, especially the transparent foils, as much as you want to get the coverage that you're happy with. So now that I have this in like the diagonal area that I want, I'm going to go in with this absolutely stunning chunky mix called Hidden Gem. It is so, so pretty. And I'm just going to put that on with some Mod Podge. I've already washed this off with warm water and Dawn Power Spray. So everything in the middle here and maybe overlapping a little bit, I'm going to add Mod Podge and sprinkle on this hidden gem glitter. Alright guys, so now I am going to spray seal this with matte Rust-Oleum clear enamel and then pop it on my turner and add a coat of epoxy. Alright guys, so now it's time for a decal. I've sanded this down pretty good and I want to do a decal here before I go in and do the Milky Way part. So this is Midnight Black and white vinyl from my website, and I've done an offset in my Silhouette studio. And you guys will be able to see here in just a minute what the decal says. I think it's really, really cute and it's going to be very pretty. Alright, so now I'm going to treat this like any other offset. I am going to pick up this one and then place it on top of this one and then pick up the entire thing and apply it to the tumbler. I cut this at 4.5 wide and I think it was like, oh gosh, 1.9 tall, I think is what it is. So I know it's kind of hard to see because it's white on white, but I am just taking this black one, which is the original like look. It says "You Are Enough." If you can't really see upside down, sorry. And then this is the offset that I created, and I did this in Silhouette Studio. And I'm just kind of like placing this one in the middle. And now same thing, I'm just going to pick all of it up and then place it diagonally on this section of the tumbler. So now I'm going to pop this on my turner back here from Bama Cups. I'm going to add a coat of epoxy, a pretty thin layer, and then I'm going to start the Milky Way process. So I'm starting off by doing the thin coat of epoxy. And then I'm going to come through with neon purple paint from Pop of Color Paints. And I'm adding quite a bit into the leftover epoxy and mixing it up. And then I'm going to come through and just swipe some color on in diagonal sections with my finger. And I'm just kind of doing this willy-nilly however I like it. I'm just making sure not to get any over that decal because I don't want to cover it up. But the most important part of this is to take my finger without any additional epoxy on there and kind of swipe through the color that I've already added just to break it up and make it not look so harsh. Here we are after the Milky Way process and some more epoxy, and I think it looks so, so cute. I love the color scheme, and then this little quote just means a lot to me. I love it very, very much. I love the foils, everything about this. So I really hope you guys like it too. And before I go, like always, I do have y'all's cup of positivity for the day, and today's quote is, "A beautiful day begins with a beautiful mindset." That one has an unknown author. That is all I have for you guys today. I really hope you enjoyed this tutorial as much as I enjoyed making it. And of course, like always, if y'all have any questions, please feel free to comment. Don't forget to subscribe. Be kind, love one another, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!